Namaskar and good evening to everyone. And best wishes to all of you for the ongoing Ganesha Utsav, which we all have been celebrating very heartily. So I welcome you all for this session. Today is the very first day of the virtual Dhyanotsav that we are conducting in English. This will be on the same lines as Ganaraya Dhyani Mani, which we conducted in Marathi the last 5 days. We received an overwhelming response, and here we are with the English version of it. I very heartily welcome all of you. This will be different, yet very, very interesting, and I'm sure you will like it. So we will be very, very glad if you can also give feedback about how you have felt towards the end of the session. We will also have some Q&As. So with this, we have with us today, our guest for today is Snehesh. Welcome
Hello.
to the session. Namaste, Snehesh. How are you?
I'm good, Yamini, and good evening. Good evening to all our viewers.
So we are bringing this session to all of you from our studios in Pune. We are distributed. We are not at the same place. Instead, we are bringing these sessions, this program to you by being virtually connected. And we are following all the social distancing norms. Our team is spread out. And the team has done a very beautiful job of organizing this event, bringing it all to you. So I hope we will all be able to learn something from this. What I feel is, since so many years, we have been enjoying Ganesha Utsavs in our societies, in our localities. I'm from Pune. In Maharashtra, Ganesha Utsav is like a celebration. Social gatherings, visiting different mandaps, these are all heartwarming activities. We would all look forward to this time very eagerly. So we wait for this time of the year. We wait for Ganpati Bappa's arrival. The brotherhood, the camaraderie is amazing. So we see it multiply during this time. And our hearts are always filled with a lot of love and joy. Now everything has become virtual. We are all attending this program from the comforts of our home. Having said that, Snehesh, I would like to understand how is this virtual Dhyanotsav different from our usual celebrations, or basically what is the idea behind this? Can you just let us know?
Sure. Certainly, Yamini. So before we actually talk about the event that we're going to have today and the next 2 subsequent days, I thought, let me introduce everyone, all of our viewers, to Heartfulness. So we are a global organization, and we have a presence in around 170 odd countries. Now, the main objective of Heartfulness is to spread the awareness of meditation to everyone, because this is something that we know. This is something that we have been doing for years, and we know it's good. So, we just want to spread the awareness. So that's where we keep conducting all these sessions across the town. We do these sessions for corporate organizations, for schools, for universities, colleges. So we thought, why not do something like that, at the pious occasion of Ganesha Utsav? So, that's where the idea kicked in, and we partnered with some of the esteemed Ganesh Mandals across the town, and we did a 5-day Marathi program, the Dhyanotsav in Marathi, which in fact got concluded the early part of this week. So, looking at the success of that program and looking at the demand from public, everybody wanted to have this program done in English. So that's where we are, and we are kind of starting this program in English now.
Wow, that's really amazing. I think having this program in English has given a chance for people from other parts of the country to get access and view the Ganesh Utsav that we all celebrate with such love and joy in our state. So along with that, the addition of Heartfulness, what you just mentioned, is making the celebration even better. So
yes,
very beautifully.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very beautifully put, Snehesh. I really like that. So I think before we move on, let me just introduce our guest. So Snehesh has been practicing heartfulness meditation for over 11 years. He's the regional coordinator for social media activities for heartfulness, and he has been very active for all the ongoing heartfulness programs in Pune. So thank you so much for joining in today, Snehesh.
Thanks, Yamini. It's an utmost pleasure to be here with all of you. Thank you.
So, Snehesh, I see the poster of today's session says that we are celebrating Ganesh, realizing the joy within our hearts. This is very interesting, and it instantly brought a joy to my heart. Just tell me a little bit. What is the idea behind this?
Yes, definitely. So, if you look at Lord Ganesha, if you look at his idol or if you look at his photograph, right, the joy and the happiness resonates out of it. I mean, that entire idol, our minds are conditioned in such a way that whenever you talk about Lord Ganesha, we start feeling joyous. So, I remember me as a kid, I used to eagerly wait for this festival and I used to start all my activities and preparations weeks in advance. But now today, because of the COVID crisis, because of the situation that we've been put into, we cannot really go out and celebrate this the way we have been celebrating, right? So that's where we thought, let's try to celebrate it within our hearts. So definitely Lord Ganesha is a symbol of joy, that's right. But you cannot really go out and try to see him in these days. So why not try to see him inside? So that's what we will eventually talk when we talk about meditation and the next couple of sessions in next 2 days. So the entire idea is to celebrate this symbol of joy within our hearts rather than trying to look outside for it.
Wow, thank you. That was wonderful. I really liked the comparison of the joy that we feel looking at Ganesha and trying to find it within. These two things, I think, will be really a value addition to all of us
Yes.
and will help us a lot to get through this crisis. So, I do not want to hold this session for any longer. So, we are very, very eager to see what the session has in store for us. So, without any further ado, I hand it over to you, Snehesh, to take us through the session.
Sure. Thanks, Yamini.
Hello, and welcome everyone to the first of its kind of a virtual Dhanotsav by Heartfulness Pune on the occasion of Ganesh festival. We are indeed celebrating Lord Ganesha, who is the symbol of joy within all of our hearts. Before we begin with the actual session, let me introduce you all to Heartfulness, the organization where I belong. Heartfulness Institute is a non-profit organization which is focused on meditation, relaxation, yoga, and spirituality. The Heartfulness Institute was established around 75 years ago with a handful of practitioners or meditators. But today, after all these 75 years, we are more than 2 million practitioners across the globe, and we have our presence in 80 plus countries. There are 10,000 certified trainers, close to 5,000 meditation centers where people can go and meditate, 250 plus ashrams, and in fact, there are 8 heartfulness sessions which are being conducted every minute across the globe. So here we come to the Ganesh celebrations. Lord Ganesha or Ganpati is considered as one of the important god in the Hindu traditions. Ganesh celebrations are more cultural and social in nature with underlying religious significance. In fact, if we look into a brief history of the Ganesh Utsav, it was initiated by Lokmanya Tilak during the British rule when there were political restrictions to assemble people. When you look at the idol of Lord Ganesha, or when you look at a photograph of Lord Ganesha, you instantaneously start feeling joyous. The form in itself triggers a feeling of joy. His big ears suggests that one should be open for knowledge. He is indeed the Lord of wisdom and knowledge, and often referred as Vignaharta or the obstacle remover. His large head depicts an immense wisdom and superhuman intelligence. Out of all these attributes, there is one attribute which has specifically fascinated me over the years. It is his riding on a mouse. I always used to wonder, why would a god like to ride on a mouse when his peers are riding on lions and tigers? Perhaps it has a deep meaning. Let us try to understand this through a video.
Mythologies from around the world are full of incredible characters and fantastical stories. Most of them have a meaning that is not immediately apparent. The gods and goddesses of the Hindu pantheon are often depicted riding a bird or an animal. These are called their vahans or vehicles. Lord Vishnu rides an eagle. Goddess Durga rides a tiger. Lord Yama rides a buffalo. But most incredibly, Ganesha, the elephant-headed god, rides a tiny mouse. How can the large Lord Ganesha ride a tiny country mouse? It seems absurd. But there is a deeper message in this depiction. The message is one of the most profound principles of life. Our journey through life should ideally be accompanied by an expansion of our consciousness. Our worldview keeps changing. Our thoughts change. Our feelings change. To experience life truly and deeply, we need to experience it without prejudice and conditioning. This requires a refinement of our ego. As our ego is refined, the qualities of humility, innocence, and simplicity shine through in our behavior. We are the same, inside and out. Lord Ganesha represents this simple, joyful state. A state where the ego is light and guided by universal consciousness. We need to make our ego so light that even a mouse can carry us. In this state, the weight of one's ego or the burden of one's weight will not hurt the mouse. And this journey is not just the province of the gods. Each one of us can undertake it.
We all wait for the Ganesh festival eagerly every year. I remember me as a kid used to start the Ganeshotsav preparations weeks in advance. We all loved the gatherings in our houses and our localities and celebrated this festival with all our friends. However, COVID-19 has turned out to be one of the biggest challenges that the mankind has ever faced, due to which celebrations this year are not going to be the same. Then, what do? Well, let's try to search the Lord in all our hearts. In fact, He is already there. We just have to look for Him. How do we find the Lord in our hearts? There are some celebrated texts from Atharva Sheisha which describes the Lord Ganesha beautifully, and it broadens our views about the great Lord. It says, "You are indeed all this Brahman," where Brahman is referred to someone who is eternal, omnipresent, and is the essence of everything. You are actually the Atman eternal. So it says, Lord Ganesha is all pervading, all eternal, and supreme divinity. And this is in fact the true essence of Ganesha. Yogis meditate upon you always. Here it is referring to Lord Ganesha as a supreme divinity and meditation being done on this divinity. You manifested at the beginning of cosmos, someone who has always been there, even before the creation of universe. Then we go to the last line, which I think is particularly important. This gives us a hint on how to approach the God. It says, the one who meditates thus is the supreme yogi. So when you meditate on the eternal, infinite, and the cosmic divinity, that is real yoga. Now let us try to understand the heartfulness meditation. Heartfulness practice is based on a simple heart-based meditation that helps you tune inwards and explore the inner peace and joy which has always been in our hearts. With this meditation, we learn to connect with the divinity or the source within our hearts. This movement from outside to inside helps us to joyfully accept and face any challenges that the life has to offer. As you see in this picture, there are many thoughts, events, or emotions which brings us down. However, regular meditation makes you feel less troubled, centered, and always connected with the source. It is said that you become what you meditate upon. You imbibe the qualities of the object of meditation. This is the reason why the object of meditation has to be subtle and pure. In heartfulness, the object of meditation is union with the higher self, the divine light or the source, and that is also the purpose of yoga. We all share the same divine source, but to unite with it, we must first become pure like it. Heartfulness meditation is based on an ancient technique of Raj Yoga, which is also called the king of the Ashtanga Yoga. And this technique was rediscovered 75 years ago. So now we come to the definition of meditation. Some say meditation is concentration, whereas the others say it is thinking continuously. What exactly is meditation? Let's try to find that out. Have a look at the girl in this picture. There are a lot of thoughts going on in her mind. She is thinking continuously about her school. The next moment she is thinking about her family, music, and whatnot. Since she is thinking continuously, can we say that she is meditating? Certainly not, as none of these thoughts is complete in itself. And that's the reason why we say that meditation is all about thinking continuously, but one thing at one time. So now is the time to practically experience the heartfulness relaxation and meditation. Before we start with the activity, I request you all to kindly switch off your mobile phones, sit very comfortably, and follow the instructions carefully. We are going to do heartfulness relaxation which will relax your physical body. And immediately after that, we are going to sit for meditation. Kindly avoid opening your eyes throughout this activity. Let us begin with the heartfulness relaxation. Sit comfortably and close your eyes very softly. Let's begin with your toes. Wiggle your toes and feel them getting relaxed. Feel the healing energy of Mother Earth move up into your toes, feet, and ankles, then up to your knees, relaxing the lower legs. Feel this healing energy move further up to your legs and relaxing your thighs. Now, deeply relax your hips, lower body, and waist. At this moment, your entire lower body is completely relaxed. Now let this energy move up to your back. From your tailbone to your shoulders, feel your entire back is relaxing. Relax your chest and shoulders and feel your shoulders completely melting away. Now, relax your upper arms. Relax each muscle in your forearms, your hands, and right up to your fingertips. Relax your neck muscles. Slowly move your awareness up to your face. Relax your jaws, mouth, nose, eyes, earlobes, facial muscles, and forehead, all the way to the top of your head. Feel your whole body completely relaxed. Scan your system from top to toe, and if there is any part of your body that is still tense, painful, or unwell, feel it being immersed in the healing energy of Mother Earth and getting completely relaxed. Remain still and quiet and slowly become absorbed within. Now, gently move your attention towards your heart and rest there for a little while. We are now going to meditate for the next 10 minutes. Follow the instructions for meditation carefully. With your closed eyes, gently turn your attention towards your heart. Imagine a source of light or a divine light is already present in your heart and is attracting you from inside. If thoughts start to flood your mind, do not fight with them and gently turn your attention back towards your heart, imagining a source of light or a divine light present there. Stay with the above thought until you hear, "That's all." Please start meditation. That's all. Kindly keep your eyes closed and try to observe the condition for some time. Scan through your entire system and make a mental note of it. When you are ready, you can gently open your eyes, trying to be absorbed in the condition with open eyes.
That was a very wonderful session. Thank you so much, Snehesh, for taking us through. Snehesh, I request you to unmute yourself, please.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No problem.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful session, and I have just no words to express how I'm feeling. It was wonderful. When
Thanks for
I
that.
when I think of what I felt during the meditation session, it takes me to the time. So this time, 6:30 to 7:30 time is usually the Aarti time. So we would all attend the Ganpati Aarti, and
Yeah.
the vibrations of the atmosphere would be filled with vibrations of divinity. So these divine vibrations I could feel during the meditation, and I think the joy and whatever you spoke about, everything I could experience. It was really wonderful. So I think uh, with this, I would request if there is something that any one of the audience would like to ask. If there are any questions, we open the forum for the Q&A. If there's anything that you would like to share or clarify, so we can utilize this time for that. Snehesh, we can take a few questions, right?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Okay. So while the audience is typing in questions, if they have any, I have one question. So if you could just
Okay.
maybe answer that. Sometimes I experience that during meditation there are a lot of thoughts.
Hmm.
So how does one deal with that? Or probably this question most of us may have. So
Yes.
what to do with these thoughts?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you're right, and this is a very common problem. This happens with everyone. So we need to understand one thing, that we're not really trying to be thoughtless here. Okay, that's not really the object or the goal of this meditation. We are trying to regulate our minds in such a way that all these thoughts, they don't disturb us. Because if you look at our minds, our minds are not conditioned to sit idle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're conditioned to keep thinking and keep wobbling from one thing to another, and that's the reason why we call it a monkey mind, right? So I think that's pretty natural. And in fact, the same question has been asked to our global guide, Mr. Kamlesh Patel, by many people. So he gives a very beautiful analogy. He says that treat these thoughts as if they are your uninvited guests, right? So if you have a party going on at your place, and there are some uninvited people, you are aware that they are there, but you don't really pay attention. So I must agree, it's easier said than done, but I think with practice, I think it should take us there.
Sure, sure. They call it meditation as a practice. So
Yes.
something to be done every day. So also, when you mentioned about so many thoughts in the mind, and especially during this crisis time, I feel that at least for me, it is tumultuous. There has been a lot of ups and downs with respect to being confined in our homes, at our workplaces, and so many concerns and thoughts coming up in the mind, leading to
Yeah.
a lot of stress. So breaking free from all of that, this session was a beautiful welcome change, I feel.
Sure, sure. Thanks for that, Yamini. I think it's a
Thank you.
pleasure to know that feedback. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks to you. Let me just check if there are any questions.
Sure.
So there are no questions so far. So if there is nothing else, is there something else, Nehish, that you would like to share with us? We do have some more time.
Yeah, so I think what we can do is probably we can try to put in the links of our Marathi session in our description box. We'll try to do that so that people can go and watch those sessions. And in fact, there are, if any Marathi speaking people, you might as well share those sessions with them. So I would just like to thank everyone for being here this evening, and do join us for the next couple of days. We are going to take these sessions further ahead. There are going to be different topics, different aspects related to meditation, and hope to see you all again in the next sessions.
Yes, Snesh, thank you so much. I was
Thanks.
just about to ask you for a brief, idea into what is coming next. So thanks for already sharing that. I think we
Sure.
all would be very interested to attend the further sessions and take the full benefit of this. So I really appreciate that you've joined today evening session and have taken
Thanks.
us through this heartfulness technique of meditation and relaxation. So thank you once again, and I wish everybody a very good evening, and we can wrap up with the session.
Thanks, Yamini. Thank you.
Thank you.